Okay, I get it. This November is going to be the most important month you ever sell your house. I know. It's probably the most painful thought you've been thinking about selling your house or when to do that. But it's November, and this is when high season starts. And right now, prices are through the roof. And all the information that I've been sharing with you over the last year, we've gone through this together. This is nothing new. It says it's still a seller's market. The 3% mortgage rate, let's not think about that today. The price you paid for your house back in 2012, yeah, let's definitely not think about that today. Well, today I just want to give a story. I thought about a few ideas that, you know what, if I was on the other side of the screen, I thought, gosh, that was really useful information that he shared. So if you could just do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, give me some comments down below, let me know you subscribe so I can get some stuff into your inbox every time a new video comes out. Today, I just want to give you some ideas why we want to buy low and sell high and why this is the time to do it. So you're a homeowner here in Delray Beach or South Florida and you're thinking, gosh, if I just had the information in front of me to make an intelligent decision whether I should sell or not, I've got it for you. I'm going to put this up on the screen right now. This is a snapshot of the average sales price here in Delray Beach in South Florida. Take a look. This is from, on the left, April of 2021 all the way to last month, September. You can see if you take a look at August, September, October, November of 2021, it was one price and it went up each month. August was $476 to $493 to $538, all the way up to $787. Then look a little further to the right. In August of 2022, it was at $510, that went up to $580, then up to $641, and so on and so forth. Are you seeing a pattern here? Starting at around midsummer, which is peak heat, peak humidity, blah, that's when prices are the lowest, and they tend to go up. Well, let's look at the far right. Starting in August, starting at 2022, at $583, then it went up to $593. Numbers are going to come out here real shortly about October, and what I'm hearing right now, the pattern is not broken. You're going to see that the average sales price in this area has consistently gone up at this time of the year. That's one of the main reasons why you want to think about putting your house on the market right now. Next up, for those who know me, is my favorite topic, which is supply or inventory of housing. If we go back to 2019, pre-pandemic, South Florida had around 54,000 units at all time on the market. That changed dramatically. As a matter of fact, it dropped by 73% in 1 year. It was nuts. So every week I send out a weekly e-letter to my database. If you would like to be a part of that, down below is a link that you can fill out and get it to me, and I'll add you to my database immediately. I won't bother you, but every Wednesday that'll hit your inbox. And as you can see what I wrote to readers, take a look at this. So right now inventory has been going up all this year, and last week you can see went up to 32,292 available units, which is over 101% rise in the last 20 months. But what I wrote last week was the inventory hit 33,209, which was, look at that, 1,000 units more just last week over the week before, and inventory is rising. So you're thinking as a seller, well, if inventory is rising, wouldn't that put downward pressure on my house prices? You would think so, but this is South Florida. And I'll show you later about population migration trends, which plays into that. But the thing is, for the last 2.5 years, buyers have been thwarted. They don't have any options to buy. So with increasing inventory, and if you price your house right, we still have the inflow of buyers. We just need to give them more options. So getting your property on the market today at the right price, it's going to keep getting right in front of the eyeballs who want to take a look at that and make a purchase. Next is this graph from RPR, or Realtors Property Resource, which is a great database to go granular inside the information to share with you. Take a look at this, and it shows why this is still a seller's market. You can see the arrow there is leaning in the blue under seller's market. Well, a year ago when the market was a little bit crazier, it was further to the left, and it takes into consideration a couple data points. Take a look at this. The month of inventory, which is 3.85. Anything below 6 is a seller's market. The list to sold ratio is still high, 96.4. And the days on market, or the DOM, is still 37 days, which is a little bit rise. But here's the thing. In my monthly update, you can take a look at that here, and I break down some of the information of how they come up with those data points and what they mean. Take a look at the video up there that might help you. But clearly, going into this high season, we are still in a seller's market while there are still lots of buyers. This still remains one of the best times ever to be selling your home. Next, I want to share with you is about cash buyers. And that's been the big story here in Florida because on a national basis, about 32% of all transactions are done in cash. But here in Florida, the number is more like 40%. And as you can see in this chart below, let's go through what's happening city by city. Take a look at this. Fort Lauderdale, about 42%. Jacksonville, 52%. Miami, about 41%. Orlando, 35%. Tampa, almost 38%. And West Palm Beach, 54%. And actually, if you take overall Palm Beach County, it's about 51%. So why is that important? Well, all of my mortgage lenders call me all the time saying, John, where are all my customers? Let's do some business together. The reality is that most of my customers right now are all cash. I have a $1 million, a $400,000. I just closed last week on a $500,000 cash buyer. I have a $200,000 cash buyer. I'm even working with 2 luxury buyers right now above $1.5 million, and they're cash. So for you as a seller, that means the ability to close is much higher. Some of the obstacles that you'll get from buyers and the resistance levels you'll have a much more sophisticated buyer going in to purchase your property. And here's the granddaddy all, buy low, sell high. Take a look at this chart. I don't have much else to say. You can see this is from Redfin, and going back to 2019, the median price for a Florida home was just under $250,000. Today, it's at $402,000. That's a significant increase in just 4 years. What I'm not showing you is the last 10 or 12 years going back to the bottom of the market around 2012 when it was even lower. So if you've been in the market for 10 years or more, you have a ton of equity. If you just got into the real estate market during COVID when the market was going crazy, you have built up significant equity. Buy low, sell high. I'm not sure what else I can say. The next biggie going into this high season in November is the migration and population growth remaining in Florida. And it's not just from Northeast, places like New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey. It's out west. California has seen 37,000 people in 2021 who moved from California to Florida, and last year it rose up to 50,000 people. You know where I'm putting my advertising money these days? California. But here's the thing, we still say the same thing. About 350,000 people a year are moving to Florida. Case in point, between 2021 and 2022, 417,000 people, or an increase of 1.9%, relocated and moved to Florida. That was the first time since 1957 that Florida got the connotation that it's the state with the highest growth rate in all the United States. And to further this case, I just Googled the U.S. Census Bureau to see what their estimates were, and they went back to 2020. So from 2020 to 2022, 752,000 people relocated and moved to the state of Florida. And people are saying that this trend is going to continue for the rest of this decade. There's a lot of reasons why. I put it up in all sorts of videos here, links down below. This is one of the biggest topics. That really says that 1,000 people a day are relocating to Florida, and we're seeing that at restaurants, we're seeing that with growth, we're seeing that in the supply of inventory. There's just a lot of people moving to Florida, and you can capitalize on that right now. And if you want to see the craziest graph or image about what's going on with population growth and migration in and out of states, look at this. So this goes back to 2010. In blue, you can see that New York has lost 300,000 people in that period, while Florida has gained over 300,000 people. And what's not shown in this is that in the year 2022, California lost 180,000 people and New York lost 114,000 people. It's nuts. So clearly there's something going on in Florida that for you, a homeowner, this trend is here. But as we know, these things don't last forever. I think that over the next 6 years, we're going to see this trend continue or maintain itself. But from everything else I've shared today, these are ultimate reasons why to think buy low, sell high, plus all the extra information that you need to take in consideration. And a few years ago, there was a study done by the University of Florida that talked about the fluctuation of population of elderly people into Florida. And I guess when they say elderly, they were actually considering 55 and older, which, wait a minute, I'm 55. So I'm a part of an elderly? Oh, man. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, but they're saying that the state population fluctuates by about 25% from low to high season. for these 55-year-old plus people. Well, that's if you take in consideration a place like Delray Beach, where our base population is right around 75,000 people. That means there's an extra 19 or 20,000 people that come here from November through April. And that's where these buyers are. They're looking for property. So as a homeowner, you need to get right in front of this new surge of 6-month population and get these 55-year-old plus people. Okay, dear homeowner, I know what you're doing right now. You're leaving me a nasty comment down below. You're giving me a thumbs down. But wait, before you do that. I intentionally left out the rate lock situation. I know that you bought a house during COVID for 3%, 3.5% mortgage, whatever. And right now you're stuck because you can't leave that to go to a 7.5% or even an 8% mortgage. I get that. But if you look over the history and look at buying low, selling high, all the metrics I gave you today are reasons why you should think about selling, because like a stock, they go up, they stretch, and ultimately something snaps. I don't know what that thing is, but then everything's come back. It reverts to the mean. We're not in that situation right now. We're at high prices. We're at low inventory. We're at all these things we reviewed today. Right now, going into November and this high season, yes, it's still one of the best times you should be thinking about putting your house on the market. Please give me a thumbs up. Don't give me a thumbs down. Hit my subscribe button, that side or this side. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about. And if you do want to sell your house, please give me a call. My phone number is down below. All my links here as well. I will pick up the phone when it rings.